Hey everybody, Mr. The Fanboy here. Just took a shower, now back for another video, and this time, this is my several reasons New Japan Pro Wrestling is better than the top company WWE. Now, I've been following New Japan lately. I've been a huge fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling for a long time, and I'm an even bigger fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling after seeing that phenomenal Wrestle Kingdom 11 show. 11 show. In WWE has just been WWE. If I were to lower my standards, WWE has been okay. But after seeing awesome shows from New Japan, TNA, CMLL, the AAA promotion, and the entire independent circuit, I don't do okay. I don't do okay with video games. I don't do okay with movies. So I'm not doing okay with WWE. What it's supposed to be will never be, but what it's supposed to be the biggest and best professional wrestling organization. And that brings me to the number one reason New Japan Pro Wrestling New Japan Pro Wrestling is better than WWE. They always deliver when it comes to their big shows. New Japan Pro Wrestling, their problem, this is probably the only thing that is actually better about WWE. New Japan, WWE, as terrible as WWE is on television, their television show, WWE, their television show, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 2K Live, 2K5 Live, 2K Live, whatever you call it, main event, are all better than New Japan's television product, because New Japan's television product is just a 40 to 60 minute show with randomly taped matches from different shows put together for one show. Like I said, from my opinion, that doesn't cut it, and I don't watch that. I don't watch that. I watch their pay-per-views and their live shows. Live shows blow anything WWE has done out of water and are awesome. But when it comes to these big shows, Wrestle Kingdom 11, and the most recent one I just watched, the New Beginning in Sapporo. So when it comes to big time shows, they deliver awesome wrestling, even better arenas. The Tokyo Dome, the Sports Arena Dome they were at for the Sapporo show are way better than the various places WWE goes. WWE doesn't even feel like a big show until you go to a big time pay per view like WrestleMania, man. Like WrestleMania. So yeah. That's number one. They always deliver when it comes to big time shows. Number two. So that, yeah, that was number one. They always deliver when it comes to big time shows. Number two, way better wrestling. WWE's wrestling is, after watching a couple of WWE shows that I've seen, their wrestling, when it is good, is slightly better, but New Japan is so much better, more technical, more faster paced, and more stiffer than the WWE style, the WWE style, which is terrible. So yes, better wrestling. Case in point, last week I watched a match between AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, and it was pretty good for a SmackDown main event. But then I watched several matches from TNA. I just watched the New Beginning in Sapporo pay-per-view and several matches from the CMLL and AAA promotions that I'm going to talk about, which were 1,000 times better and made their match, no disrespect to AJ and Ambrose, their match looked minor league and mediocre in comparison. So yeah, that's the second reason New Japan Wrestling is better. Third, more realistic wrestling. Problem I've always had with WWE was the fakery. And I mean, when I say fake, they don't try to make it look or feel real. It was Vince McMahon who exposed wrestling secrets. So now wrestling today is in the crapper because of people like him, and people have the nerve to tell me this guy's a genius. This guy's a genius. Realistic wrestling. You got wrestlers like Cesaro doing that lame spin and the lame elbow and various I can't even remember various lame finishers, various lame finishing maneuvers, various lame finishing maneuvers. Yeah, New Japan way stiffer and realistic looking action, much more technique, much more technique. It actually looks like an actual fight, not some highly choreographed fight, which is what WWE looks like. A problem I've always had with WWE, and just more realistic and more realistic when it comes to the next thing that's better about New Japan when it comes to the characters and storylines. When it comes to the characters and storylines, WWE characters who should be faces are like characters who should be faces, top faces like Dolph Ziggler and Brock Lesnar, I guess, are Brock Lesnar and Jericho and Owens, who should be faces in my opinion, are heels where characters like Roman Reigns whom I like, but nobody else likes, and like I said, that's a problem for me because you got a guy who nobody likes being pushed as the top guy. Being pushed as the top guy. That's the problem I have with Roman Reigns. That's the problem I've had with Cena for several years. New Japan has better characters and actually pushes people fans want to see. You saw Okada from being El D'Angelo De Niro's Kato boy to being the top star. You start him start from the bottom and work his way to the top, and now he's New Japan. He's the people's champion of New Japan. New Japan. We've seen characters like Roman Reigns and John Cena just get push after push after push, and they're getting booed out of the arena. Roman Reigns even talk crap about fans in real life. How the hell is he a face? So more realistic when it comes to the characters. And like I said, way better characters. We got lame characters like the New Day and Enzo and Cass. When Roppongi Vice is Enzo and Cass done right. A much better gimmick. Another thing, I don't care about this, but this is another thing. Speaking of Roppongi Vice, another thing New Japan has. Better tag team division. I really don't care about this. It's all about characters, wrestling, and storylines for me. And last but not least, the storyline. That's what I want to see. I want to see characters, fast-paced action, and a struggle of good versus evil. That is what I want to see in professional wrestling. In wrestling and in WWE, I feel I don't get that. I don't get a lot of it. I don't get a lot of it. It's usually a bunch of matches. Bunch of matches between wrestlers I like and but don't care about. It's usually a bunch of matches I don't care about and a bunch of storylines that I don't really care for, or in my opinion, just plain stupid. Um, Plain stupid. So we have better tag team divisions with Roppongi Vice, the Young Bucks, the Los Ingobernables. Um, so yeah, better tag teams. Better tag teams. Young Bucks is probably one of the best tag teams in the world right now, alongside the Addiction, Kazarian, and Kaz. The Machine Guns. I remember they recently reformed, and I think they are in Ring of Honor. Um, the Decay, the Dead Crew Council, the Hardy Boys. So yeah, way better tag teams. Way better tag teams. New Japan, despite having a smaller roster, a way much better roster than WWE, since most of WWE's roster is from New Japan and the Indies. A way better roster. The roster is so good that I wish the guys were in WWE, like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who WWE has used poorly WWE just made me not care about those guys. I wish they were still in Japan with all the cool wrestlers there. Um New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mentioned how I mentioned how I mentioned going back to how real it is. Everyone gets the right action. Everyone gets the right and much better storylines. Much better storylines. Minoru Suzuki and them trying to take over New Japan Pro Wrestling like they did Noah is much more entertaining than anything in WWE. That entire Okada feud and Kenny Omega feud was better than anything that was seen in WWE. That was seen in WWE. The mid card feuds, the feud between Will Ospreay and Shibata is more entertaining than anything in WWE. The Hiroshi Tanahashi Tetsuya Naito feud is more entertaining than anything in WWE. The Michael Logan Tetsuya Naito feud is more entertaining than anything in WWE. The interpromotional open cruiserweight match between CMLL wrestler Dragon Lee and Hiromu Takashi, I think, was more entertaining. And yeah, so better and more compelling storylines, man. Better and more compelling storylines. That's a promotion that focuses more on wrestling, which is the next point. A wrestling company. That's what New Japan Pro Wrestling is. A wrestling company. Strong characters, stiff, fast-paced, exciting action, and that's everything pro wrestling should be. In New Japan, every show they have, they try to make feel. Every big show they have, they try to make feel special. So, like I said, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling New Japan Pro Wrestling is as big as WWE is. Actually, in Japan, they're bigger than WWE. New Japan Pro Wrestling has it everywhere, but the place that it counts the most, America, 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 man. But yeah. So yeah, New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling right now is currently probably the best professional wrestling organization of all time, and That's one of the final reasons. Here, I forgot this one. One of the final reasons Japanese New Japan Pro Wrestling is better than WWE. WWE has become a chore to watch, which is why I don't watch anymore. Has become a chore to watch. New Japan, I can't wait to watch the next New Japan pay-per-view. I don't care about Fastlane, Elimination Chamber, or WrestleMania. I don't care. I'm gonna watch them because those, like I said, this is the round of season I watch. This is WrestleMania season, but I don't give a damn about any of those pay-per-views, man. I can't wait to watch the next New Japan pay-per-view. Can't wait to watch the next TNA show. I can't wait to watch the next CMLL and AAA show. I can't wait to watch more indie wrestling. However, WWE, I could care less for, man. I can care less for. So, yeah, these were my several reasons why New Japan Pro Wrestling is better than WWE. Alright, I'm done, people.